The rain smelled like earth and loss. Standing at the edge of her husband's grave, Naomi Jameson balanced an umbrella in one hand, the other resting protectively on her swollen belly. She was 7 months pregnant. At her side, her 10-year-old. Son Eli clutched her sleeve so tightly she thought the fabric might tear. Behind them, whispers rose like gnats in the damp air. "Such a pity. He was so young," one woman murmured. But with that family of his? She won't last long," another replied, low enough that Naomi still caught it. Across the grave, her in-laws stood dry-eyed in perfectly tailored black, their gazes cold, like they'd been waiting for this moment. Naomi had long stopped expecting kindness from them. They hadn't welcomed her into the family. They hadn't credited her for helping build the flower shop into a thriving business. And now, as the last shovelful of dirt landed on the coffin, she sensed that they were about to take everything. She tried to find comfort in the thought of the will. Surely her husband had made provisions. Surely he had left her and their children protected. The lawyer's office smelled of old paper and polish, warm compared to the cemetery chill. Naomi listened carefully as the will was read. "To my wife, Naomi Jameson. I leave our home on Brookside Lane, all of my shares in Jameson Florals, and my old van." Relief fluttered in her chest, until laughter cut through the air. Her sister-in-law smirked. "Oh, she really thinks she's getting the house and shop?" Her father-in-law leaned forward, voice sharp. "Let me be clear. The business and the house belong to this family. You married into it. That makes them ours. The only thing you're walking away with is that useless junk van. You should be grateful we're letting you have it." The lawyer started to protest, flipping through the papers, but Naomi knew better. These people thrived on intimidation. "You want to fight us? Go ahead," her father-in-law sneered. "Take us to court, with no money, a belly about to burst, and a child to feed. See how far you get." Naomi felt Eli squeeze her hand. The room tilted, nausea rising in her throat. She opened her mouth, then closed it. She wouldn't give them the spectacle they wanted. 15 minutes later, she stood outside in the drizzle, a single van key in her hand, their laughter echoing behind her. The van was old, rust-eaten, parked crooked under a flickering lamppost. One of its doors hung like it was ready to fall off. The inside smelled of mildew and oil. Eli climbed onto the cracked seat and whispered, "Mom, we're not living in this, are we?" Naomi didn't answer. She set the keys in the cup holder and stared at the dust-covered dashboard. Faint fingerprints were still visible. Her husband's, from the last time he'd tinkered with it. That night, she tucked Eli under a thin blanket in the back. Her belly ached, her body screamed with exhaustion, but at least they were out of the rain. Outside, strangers muttered as they walked past. "That's the widow, isn't it? Lost everything. Pride will break her. Just wait." Naomi pressed, her hand against her stomach as the baby kicked. "No, I can't break." Morning came cold. She wrapped Eli in her sweater and stepped out into the gray dawn. She had no house, no shop, no family support, just a rusted van and her determination. Days blurred. Naomi pieced together odd jobs, cleaning, carrying, arranging flowers for pennies. The van became their shelter, Eli drawing little stick figures in the condensation, while Naomi tried to make it feel like a home. It was during one of those cleanings that she noticed it. A flake of rust near the back door crumbled under her sponge, revealing not dull steel, but something dense, smooth, and warm in color. Gold. Her heart hammered. She pressed her palm against the panel. It was heavy, far heavier than it should have been. Her husband's cryptic words echoed. "That van will take care of you no matter what." Naomi didn't scream or dance with joy. She whispered only one word. "Not yet." She knew this secret could not be wasted. Quietly, cautiously, she chipped away tiny pieces and sold them through a discreet jeweler in another town. The money went into food, prenatal care, and clothes for Eli. With the second sale, she rented a small stall in a street market. With cheap vases and wholesale flowers, she began again, arranging bouquets with the same skill that had built the Jameson shop years ago. Word spread. Customers noticed her eye for detail. "Who's that new florist? Isn't she the widow? Living in a van? Well, look at her now." Naomi ignored the whispers. Each coin she earned went back into her growing stall. Every night the van sat parked in the same place, rusted and ordinary on the outside, holding her secret wealth on the inside. Meanwhile, her in-laws' empire crumbled. Mismanaged bills, unpaid suppliers, and failed orders dragged Jameson Florals into bankruptcy. Naomi heard the rumors but never gloated. She simply smiled, arranging lilies, letting the sweet fragrance carry her silent satisfaction. By the time her daughter was born, Naomi had transformed her stall into a sunlit corner, shop with a painted green awning. Above the door in gold letters, Eli and Rose. Customers didn't just come for flowers, they came for her warmth, her kindness, her way of remembering their stories. The headline came soon after: Jameson Florals collapses. Family home auctioned off. One evening, while Naomi tied ribbons around a bridal bouquet, the bell on her shop door rang. Her father-in-law stood there, suit frayed, face gaunt. Her sister-in-law followed, her arrogance stripped away. "Naomi," he said softly, We've fallen on hard times. The house is gone. The business, too. We just need a place to stay. For a little while." Naomi tucked sprigs of eucalyptus into the bouquet, steady hands betraying none of the storm in her chest. She remembered the day they mocked her, told her she deserved nothing. Finally, she looked up, calm as ever. "I'm sorry. My shop, my home, they don't have room for people who once tried to crush us." They left in silence, the bell above the door chiming like closure. Naomi exhaled, not with triumph, but with freedom. That evening, light spilled, golden through the shop windows. Her newborn slept peacefully in a basket, Eli sketched at the counter. Outside, the old van still sat rusted, unnoticed. Its gold had given her the chance to start again, but she knew the real treasure was her choice to keep moving forward. When curious customers asked about the van, Naomi only smiled. "It's just part of our story, because sometimes the greatest wealth is hidden where no one bothers to look. And sometimes the people who laugh at your worth are the ones handing you the keys to your freedom. So if Naomi's journey moved you, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories, and tell us in the comments. What would you have done in her place?